What, man?
You drive.
What, man?
You drive.
What, man?
You drive.
Some national committee members were being arrested for mismanagement of HIV and AIDS funds. So how has that affected your activities?
Well, I do not think that.
Hello, fellow listeners of You Drive on Foundation Radio. This educative program is brought to you by the young volunteers of Youth Outreach Program Cameroon. Today we are going to continue our series of topics on the CIVICUS World Assembly, that is. So don't miss this opportunity to get information on this assembly, where they are going to discuss issues that are very important to each of us. My name is Bukenina, your host of this program, and with me in the studio is
Asa B. Christelle, and I want to say welcome to our dear listeners who are listening to us now. And we'll begin our show by introducing our first musical piece of the day, which is Sean Paul in the musical piece
She Doesn't Mind. Enjoy. Welcome back once more in studio. Right now we are going to start with our today topic on the 2012 CIVICUS World Assembly. Defining a new social contract, making the future together, is the theme of the 11th CIVICUS World Assembly to be held in Montreal, Canada, from the 3rd to the 7th September 2012. And the main event is preceded by the CIVICUS Youth Assembly on the 3rd to the 4th September. Our aim on Youth Drive today is to introduce the 2012 CIVICUS World Assembly to you, the objective of the assembly, as well as the issues that are going to be tackled during the event. Let's begin by understanding what CIVICUS World Assembly is all about. Can you please, Christelle, elucidate us on that?
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Well, the 2012 CIVICUS World Assembly, which will take place in Montreal, Canada, that is from the 3rd to the 7th of September 2012, intends to be more than the primary annual gathering of civil society and other stakeholders of the society. It will also see the start of a process of defining a new charter of citizen demands, and this comes in response to the changed times in which we live, marked by crisis, volatility, and rising dissent, in which the relationships between the state, business, citizens, and other parts of the social sphere are being redefined and renegotiated. It's time for citizens, that is the citizens themselves, to define the relationships and conditions they want as they will establish a new social contract. But the process of defining a new social contract doesn't begin in Montreal. It starts now. Okay. Out of Montreal will also come a coherent set of outputs which constitute a roadmap for defining a new global social contract with clear areas for action and steps to be taken to develop and launch it by 2015, which is the year that marks the end of the current Millennium Development Goals. To help achieve this, we want participants in the World Assembly to be guided by the key relevant insights of the day, and we want to ensure the World Assembly gathers high quality and topical perspectives to assure that the discussions and outputs are of an equally high standard. That's it for the background.
Yes, so thank you so much for that brief background of the 2012 CIVICUS World Assembly. And as you said, the CIVICUS World Assembly is the primary venue where civil society, donors, governments, business, and media convene to act together to build a more just world. So they will gather together to find common solutions to the challenges facing humanity. The World Assembly's strength is the ability to act as a forum where these traditionally unconnected sectors engage constructively to find common solutions to the problems facing humanity, as I was saying. So, Christelle?
Well, the CIVICUS Assembly will also provide an opportunity for knowledge sharing, and we will have examples like the Quebec activists and concerned citizens who will meet with key players from the Arab Spring and New European grassroots movements.
So, dear listener, we hope you appreciate this topic we brought to you today. You know that in this war, they used to say that leaders are there to take decision, and then they spread the result of their decision all over the world. And you know that CIVICUS is out to promote our rights as a citizen, and it will be very important if each of us as citizens to understand what CIVICUS is actually out to do through its 11th World Assembly that is going to take place very soon in Montreal. And you would like to have your voice, to have your say on what you think CIVICUS can actually bring to you. So presently we are going to discuss more about the objective of the upcoming 2012 CIVICUS World Assembly. Dear listener, the World Assembly's main objective is to create a space where a diversity of voices can be heard, a space to exchange experiences, challenges, successes and dreams, and most importantly, concrete ideas for a more equitable and just world.
Well, I must say the CIVICUS World Assembly has brought out really interesting objectives. You know, we have this idea of knowledge sharing.
Yes.
You know, it encourages teamwork. That's why the various leaders and youth, especially, you see, they love youths, and I appreciate the fact that youths are being called upon here so that they will bring in their ideas and share with those who are, they call their elders, and these ideas will be put together and something good will come out of it. We also have the fact that there are challenges. In your life, you must always have challenges, so you must be prepared for these challenges. When they go and sit together, their ideas will be shared, and people will bring up their various challenges, which will help to bring out solutions that will be to the benefit of all. The CIVICUS World Assembly has previously been hosted in Mexico, Hungary, and the Philippines, Canada, Botswana, and Scotland. The CIVICUS board has made the decision to analyze the event in 2006, which is privileging a 3-year cycle in one venue. In addition to reducing the logistical burden of organizing a major international event, this analyzation allows CIVICUS to focus more intensively on the program content and the promotion of the event, and on ensuring widespread participation. You know, everybody wants to have success. Everybody wants to be successful. But how would you be successful if you can't work for it?
Interrogation mark. Very good question.
Good one. So, Nina, I know you will have something to tell us on success, because everybody wants to succeed. I want to succeed, you want to succeed. So, how will the people out there succeed?
What I can advise, especially to young people listening to us, actually is that the key of any success is hard working. If you decide to fold your hand and sit down and say that my father is taking care of me, my mother is taking care of me, or maybe the government is going to give me a job. My brother or my sister, please stop thinking that way and instead see the way you can also contribute in shaping our community, contribute in developing our community, our nation, and why not the world? Because everything you are doing in your community has an impact on what is going on in the world. So that's why the CIVICUS World Assembly serves as a primary venue for civil society practitioners, concerned business leaders, and representatives from governments to share ideas and experiences on strengthening citizen participation. Don't sit in your house and say that as far as the government choose the representative, or maybe as you are saying that you are living in the democratic country, which is Cameroon. Yes, you think that as far as there are parliamentarians, there are maybe councillors, you don't have anything to do. No. Be sure that you are out there to help those people that they nominated, to guide you like that, to lead you. You have to help them in what they are out to do. If not, I don't know how you can achieve the Millennium Development Goals that were set by the United Nations during the 2000 a Millennium Summit. So what do you think about
I think
that?
that's why the CIVICUS World Assembly has brought out as one of its objectives concrete ideas. We won't wait for those at the administrative level to do everything. Our ideas count. That's why they want everyone's point of view to help develop issues that will help us by the end. And, they also have this idea of the just world. We want to have a just world. How will you have a just world if things are not right? We have to make our world what we want it to be by doing things the right way. Not that, okay, I will do this because this is what I like. Whatever happens to the others, I don't care. This is what I want.
That's too bad, yes.
Yeah. With that, there will be no just world.
And presently, Christelle, I'm very curious to know what the young people out there are actually expecting from the CIVICUS World Assembly this year, 2012. So I will make sure to have their views because, in fact,
it's very important.
Since this assembly is out to promote their right as citizens, I want to know what are their expectations.
Yeah, what they think.
Yes, from this assembly. So, dear listeners, I will allow us to have a studio talk about the issues that are going to be addressed during the event. And before that, you know that your brain is something that when you gather a lot with no rest, it's not easy. So I would like to bring a boy into the studio by relaxing our brain with another musical track entitled "What's My Name" by Eve. Enjoy.
It's about that time, y'all. Rough Riders. Teflon, Eve.
I am Kelvin Gwang Shamgong.
I am Mokom Philemon.
I am Achu Sanji. I'm Mokom Nova. I'm Mokom Sharon.
I am Nils Stober.
I am Lance Weidstoffer.
I'm Patient Akwenja. I'm Yvonne Frinui Takwe.
I'm Tala Adama. Miss Mboringong Fideli. I am Achu Jue.
You are listening to Youth Drive on Foundation Radio.
Welcome back to the studio. You were listening to a musical piece, Eve, in the piece, What's My Name? And after that, you listened to our Youth Drive slot. And at this point, we want to remind you that Youth Drive is a weekly educative program on Foundation Radio where we talk about topics that are of interest to young people. Today's topic is on the 2012 CIVICUS World Assembly that will take place from September 3rd to 7th in Montreal, Canada. In addition to plenary sessions and learning exchanges at the Citizen Cafe, this year's World Assembly program is divided into 3 engaging thematic tracks, providing space for in-depth discussions. They are changing nations through citizens, building partnerships for social innovation, and redefining global governance. So we will begin with changing nations through citizens. And concerning this issue, we must say they have stressed so much on citizens and their rights this year. Changing nations through citizens, it's very important because the citizens have been identified and it has been discovered that they have a part to play. The citizens here will help in changing the nations by bringing out their various ideas, bringing out their concepts. They will have to bring out their suggestions. What do they think? What do they want? And by bringing out that, it will help in changing our various nations. But if these citizens, being identified, all sit quiet and say nothing, what will happen? How will the nations be changed? We may not all go to the CIVICUS World Assembly, but our ideas on their website will help a lot. Because just by going there and putting something little, it will help to develop other ideas from other youths around and other people who may not be interested. So you can share the idea with your friends so that they also play their own part in changing our nations. What do you think, Nina?
Yes, what you are saying is very interesting, if I have to precise like that, because, for instance, it's in our community. As I was saying in this show, citizens always think that they don't have they don't have any role in the development process of the nation or the locality, whereas that's not the case. Citizens, the time has reached when where every and a single citizen has to bring his own contribution in shaping our country or the globe or the world in general. So when they say changing nations through citizens, this means that they should give the chance to the citizen to actually react. As far as they were saying that the government is doing like this, the world leaders are doing like that, now that they're going to give you the opportunity,
what will you do?
What can you do as a citizen?
How can the power of the citizen action be maximized to achieve social and political change at national level? You know, these social issues and political issues are always a problem in many countries, especially when it comes to voting. Okay, we need a new government. We have many problems at that level. So how can the citizens' action, their ideas, what they do, what they don't do, how will it affect us at this level?
And additionally, Christelle, Universal Declaration on Human Rights was enacted in 1948, and it was with 48 articles that promote equality and equal right to all the humans. And I believe that if we take into consideration such of articles,
the articles,
it will better permit each government, each nation to involve effectively and efficiently his citizens.
Yeah, you know, Article 20
in the development process of that nation. We should stop saying that this person has done this person doesn't know how to do this, but instead we should bring our ideas together in order to see how we can instead improve in our daily life and stop complaining. So that's what I think. Let us stop complaining and accusing each other. So that's what I can say.
You know, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights has been adopted, yes, but you know, there's this concept that anyway, that thing is just on paper, and people have that in mind. But it has been adopted, yes, but how people know about it, that's the problem. If the people don't know that, okay, they will only hear that Cameroon has adopted this.
Cameroon has adopted that. The government has ratified. So that's the issue. That's why I was saying last week that our problem here in Cameroon, our problem here in the world is lack of information.
Yeah, they are not.
It's lack of information. We are lazy. We don't want to look for good information from the right source at the right time. You see, you just want to lay yourself in what people are saying
and wait for the administration to do everything. If you don't go to look for that information, the information will not reach you. The administration cannot give you everything. Okay, then we also have the idea of building partnerships for social innovation. When we socialize, what do? We sit, we discuss, we bring up issues that may be important or may not be important. So, in building partnerships for social innovation, it's an easier way for us to build partnerships using new strategies. We go, we see it, instead of discussing issues that may not be relevant at the moment, we should discuss things that are important to us, important to our country. What will make our country change? We will sit instead and say, okay, this country is like this, that country is like that. Talk about your own country and make it what you want it to be, instead of concentrating on, okay, look, these people are having good roads, they have good houses, this and that. Think of what you have, appreciate what you have and make it better. We should build partnerships, but these partnerships should be built with new ideas. When there are no new ideas, things will keep remaining the same. Every day you listen to the same song, and nothing is happening. Bring up your different ideas, and that will help to bring a better nation and a better world.
Bringing new ideas and know how to implement the idea, because you cannot bring ideas and sit on the idea and say, yes, I brought good ideas, and then what? How can you make to implement it? Put your idea into practice so that we should know that, yes, you actually brought creative and innovative ideas. So that's our concept, as we are saying that, bringing new ideas. So we should put our concern on civil society. Yeah. I'm talking as a citizen who is observing what is happening. I'm seeing a civil society standing there. I'm seeing the government standing the other way. Why is it that the government cannot come and collaborate with the civil society? Because the the reality is that civil society is not out to make interest, to look for his income. The civil society organizations are out to
identify
to
the
fit
problems,
a special problem. Me, partnership here is coming together. Whereas you are a movement, a youth association, maybe donors, you are a businessman. This issue of collaboration is something that can actually make a great impact that we are waiting since. You see, Christian, that's it.
Yeah, that was a powerful one. You know, the next idea is redefining global governance. And as we see, global governance is the political interaction of transnational actors aimed at solving problems that affect more than one state or region when there is no power of enforcing compliance. I think that's the reason why the CIVICUS World Assembly has made a venue, a place where these various political people will come together and discuss issues that will solve not only the problems in their state, the problems in different states. Reason why people will be coming from different countries. When they will come from the different countries, they will come with their various problems, and these problems will be discussed. And by discussing, you know, these challenges will come up, and other issues that are very important. And when these will be brought up, what happens? It will be placed on the table, and everybody brings out the idea. So we are turning around the same thing, bringing ideas, creating new strategies, and that's it. That's the same thing. We're working around the same point. That's the CIVICUS World Assembly. That's what they want. You out there, what do you want? What do you want the CIVICUS World Assembly to do for you, and what can you do for them? That's what they need to know.
Yes, adding to this team track of redefining global governance, I can say that, you know, for instance, the last 3 weeks ago, what happened in Brazil was the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development. That was a place where many intergovernmental organizations came together. Many businessmen, activists around the world, parliamentarians, councillors, they came together to discuss 7 issues that they think that they have the merit to be addressed in our time today in the world. And from the result of that United Nations conference, we will see that the global governance has a problem. Because can you imagine that people will just leave their businesses, people will just leave their country to go and discuss about a specific or maybe specific problems that are affecting them. You reach there, they're talking about business issues. Instead of looking, for instance, how we can solve the problem of the maternal mortality, infant mortality, the advancement of climate change, how to reduce the spread of HIV and AIDS that young girls are now exposed to. They're saying that how can we increase the price of petrol? How can we reduce the price of this?
Money.
In fact, global governance has a very sad problem that we need to like sit together as is indicating here in the World Assembly. Yes. So the World Assembly is another venue where things can be changed.
Yeah. They should not be discouraged.
Yes. So I'm praying the activists that went to the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development to have that hope that something can still be done. Because many people were disappointed about the conference. So redefining the global governance as what the World Assembly that is organized by CIVICUS in collaboration with Institut du Nouveau Monde are going to carry out. I think that this team track is a very important track, because when those people will gather in Canada, in Montreal, that will be an optimum occasion to rediscussing what are our main problems we are facing now in this world as humans. I don't know how you can be talking about how to produce more cars, how to build more houses, and then what? And people are dying everywhere in remote communities. You are there thinking how to buy a new car. So, in fact, let us think new ways on how we want things to move in this world. That's what I understand by this track that CIVICUS is out to promote during the World Assembly, during its 11th World Assembly in Montreal. So that's it.
Okay, we're discussing the 3 themes that have been identified for the CIVICUS World Assembly. We will now take you to our next musical piece, which is Hush Hush from the Pussycat Dolls.
Pussycat.
I never needed you to be strong. I never needed you for pointing out my wrongs. I never needed pain. I never needed. Wait, I get the final say.
Youth Outreach Program Cameroon.
Founded in 1993 as a youth association.
Started functioning in 1995 and strongly committed to working with young people,
fighting poverty and inequalities in their communities.
Our vision:
we seek a Cameroon where all young people
contribute to the development of their communities,
gain and share valuable skills vital for adulthood,
live healthy lifestyles,
have equal opportunities.
Our mission:
empower young people with skills needed to make informed decisions,
thus creating a better society where they are healthy,
responsible,
and actively involved in the development process.
Youth Outreach Program:
developing skills,
enhancing capacity,
building the future.
Youth Drive
on the foundation.
Youth Drive
for the younger generation.
Welcome back, dear listeners of Youth Drive on Foundation Radio. Youth Outreach Program Cameroon is a community-based volunteer organization whose activities are centered on youth education and community development. And you just got our Youth Outreach Program slot. Let's continue with our topic of today on the 2012 CIVICUS World Assembly. Before the break in the studio, we were discussing about the 3 main theme track that are going to be discussed during the World Assembly. That is changing nations through citizens, building partnership for social innovation, and redefining global governance. So we just gave you the brief description of each track, and we hope that by the next weeks we are going to bring detailed information in each and respective tracks. So thank you very much, dear listener, to listening to us on Foundation Radio, our major partner on Youth Drive. So Christelle is my colleague in this studio, and I would like her to continue a studio talk with me. And immediately I would like us to talk about the role the citizen can play at the level of the government, since we know that CIVICUS World Alliance for Citizen Participation is out to promote the active participation of citizens in the development process of the nation in which they are based. Let us discuss how the citizen can actually get involved with the government in the development process.
Well, we now live in a time where more people, especially the young people, are expressing their political views, and they're reclaiming power to shape the societies, and they want it to be more fair and just. Citizen movements are challenging the governments. Why? We have government organizations. They concentrate more on, they call it important issues. That's how they call it. But if you look carefully, you will discover that these issues they call important are not what we need now. Most citizen movements, when they go out, what they look at is, they say, okay, let's go. Let's look at this community. What do the people in this community lack? They don't go for what they already have to improve on it. They want to know what they lack and what is needed to improve on it, instead of going to take what they already have and trying to improve on it. That will not help them much. Citizens and the government. The citizens, there must be a way to link the citizens and the government. There must be a way that they can come together, share ideas. We have heard of many seminars being held, conferences. What is discussed at these conferences? If members of the governments go there alone and they are discussing, how did they get the information? The information comes from the citizens. But when they go for these conferences, what happens? The citizens facing the problems are not present. Then how are the problems being solved? These are issues that will have to bring the government and the citizens together. When these issues are identified and the citizens get to the government to complain that, okay, this is what is happening. These are the problems we are facing and we need solutions to these problems. The government should bring them together and say, okay, this is a venue where these problems you have brought up will be discussed. If you have these problems, okay, let's discuss. These are the ideas you brought up. What do you think can be done? From what the citizens will give them, what their ideas, what they think can be done. The government now will come in to play their own part. Yeah.
Wow. So, dear listeners, as you get what Christelle said, it's very important for you as a citizen to start acting effectively in the development process of your nation. So, what I can say concerning the role the citizen can play with the government, in collaboration with the government, is that the main strategy a government can use in our days, because now that these things are very bad, nothing is nothing is favorable for youth, especially for women and young people. Because when they take decisions, they put them aside. They say that no, for instance, for the woman, they say that she should go back to the house and prepare food. She should go back and deliver children. For the young man, they'll say that he doesn't have experience. He needs to grow again. He needs to discover life, to have in fact, to know what the difficulties of life before getting engaged. But that's not what I think. What I think can be the best strategy for the citizens and the government to work in closer collaboration is that the government to make sure he is able to come out with effective and efficient approaches and strategies to implement the youth policies. Because I remember that there's an African Youth Charter, there's a Cameroon or National Youth Policy that was enacted. So I don't know what they're still waiting for. Or maybe, as you were saying, Christelle, people like to say that, for instance, my country is a democratic country. Mm-hmm. It's a democratic country just in the paper.
Yeah, just
but if you go to the field, you will not see what is that democratic country all about. So let us stop taking documents. Let us stop accepting to implement something, but we throw it and then we don't even think again about the documents. So the government should make sure to implement, to put in concrete actions all the policies that are being found in those documents that they have concerning young people and women. Together we should. So in the part of the government to give the chance to young people to express their mind. They should give the chance to young women to express their mind. So that's what I can say concerning the collaboration between the citizen and the government. So now, what can be the collaboration between the civil society and the citizen?
Well,
Christelle?
A civil society is the arena outside of the family or the state, where people go and sit to discuss of things that are of common interest to them. So, what else can the citizens do? They cannot only remain in their own movements.
Yes.
That takes us back to why the CIVICUS World Assembly took the theme building partnerships for social innovation. Why? If the citizens remain in their communities, in their various movements they have created, nothing to do. They concentrate only on, okay, we have identified the problem of there's no sustainability of the environment. And they end there, that, okay, we'll concentrate just on sustainable development. That's all. They are fighting for just that. But when they get to other citizen movements and they discuss, maybe the other movement is talking of another important issue, water crisis. They will say, okay, the environment has a link with water. So what can we do? How can we help in your domain and how can you help in our domain? At that point, they have sat together. Their ideas are flowing. New ideas are coming up. Okay, this people talk of environment, we talk of water. What next? What other issue can we tackle? we were concentrating just on one thing, but there are many other things. Though they say it's not good to pack many things together. Take one at a time. But that doesn't mean you will concentrate on one and forget the rest. You see, that's the need for the civil society movement and the reason why the citizens should get involved in such issues. And there's this issue, many governments have failed to deliver the rights to their various citizens and to keep them in security. When they get to such places as civil society members, they will discuss such issues. They will bring up, okay, the problems. We are facing these problems. What is our government doing? Why are they not helping us? What can we do? It's our turn to play. This is our part to play. We have something to say, so this is what we have to say, and this is what we think should be done. And in that case, we can then take them and link them back to the government again.
Okay. So, dear listeners, the 11th World Assembly is very soon, and many issues are going to be discussed that concern you as a citizen. And as a citizen, we think here in this studio that there's time for you to give your own view, to make your own consent to be notified. So the partnership between citizen and civil society can be beneficial in the sense that you as a citizen, when you are going out for something, when you are going out to something that will benefit you, don't look for financial interest. Because the issue of civil society is that they function in their own capacity. Nobody is there to give them money unless they apply for project for grants,
funding,
or maybe donors will give them money. But they live. The money is coming from their personal pocket. So as a citizen, as far as you go to a civil society organization that going they bring you up with capacity buildings, with education, with awareness of issues that can change your life. Stop thinking about income. Try to learn without looking for financial means, because that's what is killing us in Cameroon. We always think that everything we must do, they must give us money in exchange, and that's what is killing us. We should stop that and follow the example of what CIVICUS is telling us during the World Assembly. So, dear listener, thank you very much for listening to us on Youth Drive, and I would like Krista to read our contact number or contact details in case you need any information or you have any question concerning the World Assembly organized by CIVICUS in collaboration with Institut du Nouveau Monde.
Yeah, Youth Drive was brought to you by Youth Outreach Program, and you can contact us through our Facebook by searching for Youth Drive, or you can use our email address youthdrive08@gmail.com, and you can also search for us on the web at www.youthdrive.blogspot.com or www.yopcam.org if you want to get more information about Youth Outreach Program. Our postal address is PO Box 5185 Bamenda, or you can visit our office located at Marwan Junction, Bamenda, just to say hi to Mr. Asa Boniface.
Youth Drive.
What, man?
Youth Drive.